Developing tonight in Amherst, a major influx of cash that could finally get the Boulevard Mall project off the ground. The governor's office says the town will now get more than $30 million in state money to support construction on residential and retail units. This is a project that Amherst, so many people, right, have been talking about for years. Senior reporter Michael Wooten joins us now with some fresh insight into what this money is going to go in here for. Michael.
Yeah, Jeff, the $31 million here from Empire State Development will technically go to increase the capacity of the sewer system there. It's not just money down the drain, though. This is crucial infrastructure work to really help transform the property. The goal is to add about 1,500 residential units, including some affordable housing, on top of retail, restaurants, open space for the community. Last half hour on Voices, the Amherst Chamber of Commerce's president and CEO made the case on why it's a good public investment to spur the private development that everybody wants to see there.
And what's exciting about this is that private investment is public investment is so critical for private investment. We hear it all the time. We're competing for shovel-ready sites, and we don't have enough of them. This allows us to make sure that with the images that you just showed do come to fruition.
We tried to talk today with Amherst Town Supervisor Brian Culpa, but he's out of town and was unavailable. But we do expect Jeff to learn more about what's next for all of this at the next Amherst Town Board meeting. It's going to be this coming Monday, the last one of the year. So we'll see what happens.
A lot of eyes on that project. Has been for a long time. Right. All right. Thank you.
Hello everybody, welcome to Amherst, New York. Welcome to the Boulevard Mall, Buffalo area's first enclosed shopping mall. This mall opened up in November of 1962. Currently it sits at 904,000 square feet in size. It is a one-floor mall, with the exception of JCPenney being 3 floors and Macy's being 2. The mall is approximately 13 to 14 miles northeast of downtown Buffalo. Unfortunately, the mall is dead because it is currently being transformed into a state-of-the-art property called Boulevard Place. The 60-year-old shopping center will become refreshed and feature an addition of an urban boulevard concept with office and residential elements. Since the mall's opening in 1962, the commercial zone around it has really grown up significantly. Because of its proximity to the Canadian border, the mall is a frequent destination for Canadian shoppers. Or should I say was. Many thanks to the Walden Galleria, which took businesses away from several Buffalo area malls. The mall was originally anchored by a large 2-level 220,000 square foot Buffalo-based Sattlers and a 2-level 80,000 square foot Lockport-based Jens. The mall opened with approximately 30 stores and became an immediate attraction to customers. JCPenney would open a 3-level 180,000 square foot store across from Jens in 1970. In 1978, the mall was extended on the south end, adding approximately 30 more stores. In 1981, Sadler's was bought out by Sibley's of Rochester, who would eventually be bought out by Pittsburgh-based Kaufmann's in 1990. Boulevard Mall would receive a major overhaul in 1994 as 3 restaurants, Bonefish Grill, TGI Fridays, and Honey's, would open along with the construction of a 9-bay food court on the mall's east side, which featured a carousel, a 1990s mall staple. As you may have seen while we drove around the mall, the former food court became a Dick's Sporting Goods. The food court would be razed, and the new Dick's Sporting Goods would be built and opened in 2015. Aside from the new food court and restaurants in the 1994 mall overhaul, during the makeover, the mall lured many upscale stores such as the Disney Store and Abercrombie and Fitch. Following the opening of the Walden Galleria in Cheektowaga in 1989, Boulevard Mall underwent the overhaul to firmly establish itself as the number 2 mall in Western New York. Just 3 years after the original overhaul, the mall would undergo a cosmetic redesign in 1997, which saw the implementation of modern skylights, marble floors, columns, and other features aimed at modernizing the complex. After 100 years of being in business, in 1998, Jens filed for bankruptcy and closed their stores, including this one at Boulevard Mall. It would quickly be converted into a Kaufmann's men's store, and Kaufmann's men's store and their main department store would eventually become Macy's in 2006 as part of the May Company's acquisition of Kaufmann's. In 2000, Boulevard Mall was expanded once again, this time adding a new wing and a new 2-level 122,000 square foot Sears store. Sears would hold its grand opening in the fall of that year, making it the mall's 4th anchor and Sears' 5th location in Western New York. As I had mentioned earlier, the food court was raised to make way for the new Dick's Sporting Goods 58,000 square foot store, which would open in 2015. Food retailers were dispersed throughout the mall, such as Subway and Taste of China. In 2019, after changing ownership, leases were no longer being renewed and many of the inline stores left for the massive development proposed at the mall. The mall was originally developed by Cleveland's Four City Enterprises and designed by New York City's Lathrop Douglas. In July of 2016, Four City Realty Trust would put the mall on the open market, however there were no buyers. In December of that same year, it was turned over to the lender, New York City's L&R Partners. L&R flipped the property, and Washington, D.C. based Douglas Development acquired the struggling shopping center in June of 2019. With the ownership change in 2019, an exodus of stores began leaving the mall, and it all started when Gap, after 40 years of business in the mall, closed its doors. It would be followed by nearby tenants Aeropostale, Hollister, Pacific Sunwear, Regis, 579, Crazy 8, Mrs. Fields, and The Children's Place. The COVID-19 pandemic, coupled with the announcement of the Station 12 in 2019, a small regional lifestyle mall planned for Amherst, caused several longtime tenants to leave the 60-year-old property. By 2021, with the mall already quickly losing steam, other stores such as Aerie, Gymboree, New York and Company, Banana Republic, Charlotte Russe, GNC, Foot Locker, Lippman Jewelers, Yankee Candle, Master Cuts, Francesca's, Justice, GameStop, and several more eateries and stores will all have closed down. The only thing sadder than a dying mall would be its desperate attempts of advertisements seen here and at other dead malls with this. Generic photos clearly not taken at this mall. I think it's safe to say nobody's been that excited to shop here and nobody's been that happy here in a long, long time. Heck, even security wasn't to be found. Here we just had an empty office, a wide open door, nobody there. Great. Anyway, in 2021, it was reported that Washington, D.C. based Douglas Jamal purchased the mall and nearby Wegmans for $30 million in order to redevelop the area and make it become Boulevard Place. The 60-year-old shopping center will soon become a thing of the past and be renovated into a mixed-use property, as I mentioned earlier in the video. We'll just have to wait and see. At this point, I'm going to wrap up my video. I really hope you enjoyed my tour of the Boulevard Mall in the Buffalo area in the town of Amherst. I'll be looking forward to see what happens with this place in the future. In the meantime, we can still go here and enjoy this place for what it is while it's still open. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to be a subscriber here. And if you like what I do and enjoy my work, and you want to help me out a little bit better, consider going over to patreon.com where you can support the channel for as little as $1 a month and you get some exclusives over there, such as this video without my blabbering on throughout the whole thing, so you can hear the natural sounds of the mall. If you can't or don't want to, no hard feelings, I get it. Just you watching the video is enough and helps a lot. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm going to take off now. Thank you very much again for watching, and thank you to all of my Patreon supporters that make videos like this possible. I couldn't do it without you. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Take care, and stay awesome, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.